All right, I guess I'm off to the ice rasps to find this shaman's path.
Alright, so how far north is that?
Fairly far.
Ooh. Whole place is huge.
Well, there's more springs and stuff,
Yeah,
too.
some merchants, some whatever. Okay, I'm gonna head for... Oh, there's the...
The waterlogged, the...
Yeah,
whatever
that's...
that giant
Yeah, that's where that
instrument
drum
will
is.
be.
We can go for that. I'm getting real hungry. But yeah, let's just roll up here. I'll get the camp... We might as well do waterlogged as we go by. See if we can. Let's see. Just joined. Is the DLC a continuation of the story or a side story? Side story.
It's a side story that leads, yeah, up to that confrontation. But, yeah, it's just something to add to the story of a game. Maybe
Good
a
for an old
region that
remedy.
they had planned but never finished or something, you know? They sometimes do that.
Yeah, I think it's like backstory and side stuff.
Yeah, look at this. This looks like waterworks.
Yeah, whatever this is. Oh,
A
hello.
car. A data pad.
Okay.
Return to Singapore. Frozen Wilds text data points. World. As the waters recede, the people return. Singapore, May 5th, 2043. A large pink-tinted rock marks the summit of the Bukit Timah Hill, Singapore's highest point, at one time 164 meters above sea level. Charmaine Lowe records a self-hollowed next to the rock, her bright smile contradicted by nervous fidgeting with her prismatic fake nails and 30s-style subdermal jewelry. Oh, so this is a description of the video that you're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
I see. So it's a woman in, I suppose, fake nails were something of the 30s?
I think this is an interview.
2030s.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I'd never see this place again. I still can't believe it's real, she marvels. Proud Bukit Timah has stood firm against the time and weather, but the rest of Singapore has fared less well, with approximately a third of the island nation at less than 5 meters above sea level. Singaporeans like Charmaine were forced to abandon their homes as inexorable waters leached away their foundations throughout the snoring 20s. Now, the surviving members of Charmaine's family are returning, alongside many others. As global temperatures and sea levels stabilize, people come by air or by water. Some seek refuge from deleterious effects of the Citarum River tragedy? Whose costs still reverberate today. All hope to build new lives atop the collapse of the once stable and prosperous country. Go down.
Oh, sorry.
Singapore represents one of many states abandoned by their citizens in the aftermath of the heavy coastal flooding. Questions surrounding ownership are difficult to answer. Government and law enforcement personnel fled far in advance of the country's devastation, and documentation of title is scattered at best. The plot of land on which Charmaine's childhood home once sat had belonged to the Lowe family for almost a... data corrupted. So that's talking about sea levels rising?
Yeah, well, much of the basis of this game is global warming, and constant wars kind of wrecked everything. And so the robots that you find were kind of prototyped. They had a whole bunch. What's that? Demonic scrappers up there. But there were...
Now, why did they build these robots in the first place?
Well,
I know that there were ones that were meant for military purposes.
So, kind of part of the point of the world is a... Really? That is right in its brain. Excuse me. So, kind of it's an extension of how our world currently is, where the rich get richer, the poor get poorer. And so, companies almost kind of take over.
Oh, they always have that
Yeah,
in
they always
future
do.
countries. Or
so-
not countries, corporations.
Yeah, corporations are kind of taken over, and so you have a lot of like private military groups, and wars are fought not with people but with robots. So more or less just fought with money.
So
and
our
stuff.
government's hiring these military groups as opposed to forming their own militaries.
Yeah, but they're also like being the companies and corporations are like pitting countries and
Stocking
other
up.
corporations against each other, if that makes sense.
to create conflicts that they can profit from.
Yeah, exactly. So there's one very specific log talking about how they were selling guns more or less to eco-terrorists and
Oh, so then the terrorists would cause trouble, and then the governments would provide military monies. Okay,
and so it was kind of this like awful thing. And it was interesting. The one thing I didn't like about it was more reading logs than actual story, which was, oh, there's our answer.
Whoa, that looks like a giant alligator.
Yeah. So these are Snapmaws.
Did you call them Setmaws?
Snapmaws.
Snapmaws. Okay.
They're jerks. Pachoo.
Whoa.
Pachoo.
That's the sound. You
I
know.
don't think I'm gonna get to him in time.
It's on its side.
Yeah,
Needs to
well,
flip
I
itself
stunned it.
over.
I felt that.
Okay. Snapmaws are big jerks. They're kind of easy to fight.
I'm still perplexed at that video that your friends had shared with us about the alligators or crocodiles being prepared to receive a meal from their zookeeper, only for one of them to snap another's leg off and them to act like nothing happened.
Yeah, that gets kind of weird.
I shouldn't say snapped so much as twisted, because that's a alligator or crocodile. Actually, I think it's crocodiles. Aren't crocodiles the only ones that spin?
Maybe? I don't know.
You know, they just grab on to their a bit of flesh, and then they
Did I
swirl around
really?
underwater
He's not dead yet?
to tear it off.
Ow. Whoa! I almost died. These guys don't turn so hot. Alright, there goes one.
Did you know that the genders are determined by where the eggs are buried?
Really?
Like, so when they bury their eggs, there are ones that are closest to the surface and ones that are further down. I forget what it is precisely, but the ones that are warmer might end up male and the ones that are colder might end up female. I might have to double check this, but I remember watching a documentary a long time ago about it. Forget if it's alligators or crocodiles that do this, but I found it interesting that it was dependent on temperature. Yep. So it was interesting. You
There
don't
we go.
really find animal facts intriguing, though, do you?
I am trying not to die.
You're trying not to die
This
to
is
a
part of the reason
mechanical
why I was
version
like-
of said creature.
This is part of the reason why I was like, I should have Shell join me. Because then I can just let her talk about things. Well, I try very hard to beat this game. Commentary is incredibly difficult when... What the hell is that thing?
It is massive.
Another one of them.
That's another one.
Yeah, it looks like we've got 2 in the area.
But it
I
had
think.
a purple aura or
Yeah,
something
well,
about
they're all corrupted. That's the reason why the water raised.
corruption.
So Snapmaws are specifically like specifically for like controlling waterways, water levels, so on and so forth. That's what they're supposed to do.
Probably dig them out.
Okay.
Whoop, there go the cylinders.
I I gotta take some armor off this guy.
Yeah, with the whole global warming thing, it really does make me wonder what will become of many species that rely on colder regions. I mean, Arctic animals, obviously, but also all of the animals that dwell in the oceans and along the coasts. Because it affects migration, it affects
Oh yeah, I mean, it's
feeding habits, the type of plant life.
it already is kind of messing up how
Coral reefs? Oh yeah, coral reefs are dying like nothing else.
Yep. Coral reefs are always going to be like in danger. There we are.
And the sad part of it is an amount of it was because of fishing methods, like
That'll help.
Oh yeah.
dragging nets along the
Yeah, just
The ocean
lazy
floor.
fishing that that could have been done differently, but wasn't because money mainly.
Once again, it's corporate greed.
Fucking pop off that tail.
They just don't have the foresight to realize
There we
that
I was reading an
conservation
article
is necessary
recently
for
that
maintaining their businesses just as much as it is to. It's just exploitive.
oh yeah. So I was reading an article recently. I don't remember which political leader or businessman or whatever had said this, but effectively he was saying that
Apparently, didn't change the stream thing.
oh, did I not? I swear I did. Alright. No, it says Divinity Original Sin. Alright, no, it doesn't say Divinity Original Sin. Did I just, like, not update? I have no idea. That's confusing. Stupid stream. Oh, I shouldn't be in the water for this.
Oh nope, he's gonna pulverize you.
Yep. I mean, not really.
Now, is he firing energy as opposed to ice?
No, it's ice.
Oh.
Guess I'll just pop his armor off and we'll go for there. But yeah, so the leader businessman guy, whatever, was talking about getting rid of endangered species protection acts that if they can't survive,
These mountains must be the
Then they aren't worthy of living.
path.
yeah,
kind of thing?
kind of. I think the real like the real point that was trying to be made was like
They discovered a new species of orangutan the other day,
yeah,
but there's only 150 members. That's a low pop. I mean, there are several species that have fewer numbers than that. Actually, was that right, or was I thinking of cockapos?
cockapos only have
I was also
like
reading
a
about
couple hundred.
cockapos.
There's a lot of endangered species out there. There's a lot of species out there. And you can't
Cockapos
have
were
like tons of
mostly
everything.
endangered by overhunting and the fact that invasive species like cats, cats are. I know that people love them as pets, but they're so detrimental to the environment if they're let outside and allowed to become feral.
Huh, he got stuck in a bush. That was weird. Okay, Captain Freezy Pants. Wish I could get him, like, strung up on a tree. But unfortunately, he just passes straight through it. Okay. Yeah, his neck is his weak point, but it's very hard to hit. I know you can blast it off, if you're lucky. I am inside of it now. These are bad places.
No.
Alright, screw it.
I'm surprised he's able to maneuver around all of these pine trees.
I don't know. I play enough games that maneuvering is easy. Commentating is hard.
Oh, I love birch
This must be
trees.
the ruin Aloy was talking about. Deep in. Flooded too, like she said. Snapmaws. Probably came from somewhere upriver. Follow the river, find its source. Seems simple enough. Must be the entrance to this den.
Are you gonna dive?
No. I don't think there's actually underwater swimming in this game.
Oh.
It just kind of bugs out. Yeah, you just stay on the surface.
Interesting.
I want to do. Yeah, this doesn't look
I was
like
really
there's
hoping
a
that you were going to
there's
find
an
the
organ here.
instrument.
Well, this is the instrument, whatever it is.
These are the pipes? It doesn't look like it.
No. Like, this is it underneath.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, wants us to go, wants us to go up from here. All right.
Well, to follow the river to its source kind of thing. So,
Yeah.
where is her inventory? It's the hammer space again.
They get this. Oh, yeah. No. She is carrying, like, thousands of things that, like, no human being should really
In
have.
fantasy games, they get around it by probably having, what, the bags of holding?
Yeah. Magical bags. Oh. Hello. So this is why... No, this isn't this stuff. Something here is why I wanted the,
Badgers?
Yeah. There's something I needed badgers for. Special items. Here we are. Badger bone, goat bone. So to get a
Okay.
map for animal figurines...
And what do the animal figurines grant you?
Usually it's like a small amount of EXP or a thing or other, something or other. It varies. But I need, one more badger bone, 2 badger bones, and a goat bone, to get all the maps and so on and so forth. Unfortunately, we gotta keep waiting on that. Okay, so where's the... Oh. So we're in the right area, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
No, we're not. We're kind of in the right area.
Did you get that fire?
Yeah. We just have to be near it.
Weren't you supposed to go upstream?
I don't know. That's the
Yeah.
question.
Let's go upstream.
Well, if you notice... Yeah, it's not that. Yeah. So if you notice, it goes over there, but then we like get into kind of you're there mode.
It just said go upstream, follow the river.
Yeah. But now we're here. So there's something nearby. I thought it had something to do with the gate.
Well, over to the left there's something. I mean, you just have the follow the river upstream.
But
Let's not rely on
the
the
map.
map and all of the electronic HUD stuff, and let's actually investigate. Because
But
there's a
that's
structure up there.
Well, there was a circular thing, but that was just a
Wet. But I tan this leather well. It'll keep.
Banuk decoration.
See? There's a
Yeah.
structure.
Oh, all the way up there?
Yeah.
No, that's way too far away.
But it just
I
said
mean,
follow
we can
the
go
river.
there, but it's far outside of the objective zone. Come on, there we go. Like, that's where we go for the story quest.
Well, I never trust these games when it comes to where objectives trigger. If that's a structure, then it means something.
Yeah, I mean, you could be right. Usually this game's pretty good at being...
There. That must be where the water's coming from. Looks like something the old ones built.
Usually what would happen
What did
was...
I say?
Yeah, no, you're right here. But usually it would lead you to the actual, like, location. Or there would be, like, tracks or clues or whatever.
Is this the dam? No, it's another dam.
This could be kind of the approximation of, like, the Hoover Dam. Maybe.
It just seems so much smaller.
Well, it's a video game.
Well,
I've actually
somebody wanted in.
been to the Hoover Dam.
Nearly blew this entire ledge off just to get through the door.
Huh, supposedly it is supposed to be.
Flooding detected. Evacuation recommended. Overflow basin compromised.
The overflow basin. Is that the din? Looks like a control center. What happened in here to start the water flowing?
Another data pad?
Alright, so okay, like how do we want to start this farewell thingy? We might be the last actual people to ever see this place. Yeah. Hence, you know, the song.
Oh, so there are people that were holed up here
Hard to see anything.
after the
But
destruction?
this room looks like it's packed with old stuff. Might be something useful. Another holographic interface. Must be some kind of code. Maybe I should try scanning objects in this area.
Oh,
The lock positions. Helpful.
So left, up, down, up, right. But I can't...
you can't activate that one. For some reason, the center
Piece is missing.
Yep,
Not getting in here without it.
need to get the case.
Okay. There it is. It's probably out this door, seeing as the other one's locked.
Someone's been through here. Not that long ago either.
Ooh. Someone in...
I've become trapped somehow! Oh, by the forge, I'm pleased to hear another person stomping about in here. This blasted door is stuck! Oh!
Are you alright?
You don't know how happy you just made me. For a moment, I thought my fire was snuffed. My forge gone cold. But nope, nope. Not old Gildan.
You're... welcome? Wait. Start from the beginning. What are you doing down here?
Ow! My apologies. When you mostly talk to yourself, you can tell your stories in whatever order you like. There's an artifact in that storage room I simply must acquire. But as you may have noticed, the door won't budge. I took one of those roundish, ringy what's-its from the wall beside the door. No luck. So I had to go with that panel with the button. Even less luck. My gentle experimentation caused the chamber to... flood a little. So I pushed the button again, perhaps a little too enthusiastically. Sparks and smoke. Now, obviously, I came here to investigate. My cautious footsteps may have contributed slightly to the collapse of a bridge. And when the bridge began to collapse, I may have, for the sake of expedience, abandoned the cumbersome ringy what's-it to the waves. By the time I thought to give up the endeavor, the door had closed behind me. And thusly do we come to the present moment.
You said something about an artifact?
Indeed. That storage room is brimming with treasures from the old ones, but one in particular caught my eye. An intricate looking glass. I've only seen one such device before. My old mom brought one back for me from wherever she'd gone to that time. I remember holding it, staring into its face, and seeing myself and my mother just over my shoulder, smiling.
And one of these looking glasses. It's in the storage room.
Oh, yes. I'm quite sure. I peered into that dim little chamber, and there it was. I've wanted to find one for so long, Yes, this time I'm sure I have.
Well, there's no way we're getting into that storage room without another ring. It's part of the locking mechanism that controls the door.
You don't say. Well, that's fantastic news. Marvelous, even. You've got two hands. I've got two hands. Perfect! My savior, my salvation, and if you like, why wouldn't you? Of course you will. My accomplice. Together, that ring is as good as ours, and with it, the storage room and its spoils.
Didn't you say you dropped the ring in the water?
Well, I'll grant you that adds a heretofore undiscussed level of complexity to the proceedings.
So you found the button that controls the flow of water,
Quite by accident.
and then you broke that button.
Also, quite by accident.
The panel's the only way to shut this place down, as far as I can tell. This isn't gonna be easy.
That storage room is filled, top to bottom. Would you be surprised to find the parts you need in there? I certainly wouldn't be.
So, we need to replace that ring and get into the storage room. Then I can fix the panel and shut this place down.
And I can finally wrap my fingers around that looking glass.
Okay, Gildan. How are we gonna get that ring?
2 sets of hands, girl. 2 sets of hands. Behind us lie a pair of enormous gates, but I believe the gates must be operated in tandem. Together, we can dry this place out.
Guess we better get started then.
I guess we better.
That guy is too exuberant.
Rough waters. No way I'd be able to swim.
I think this is them playing around this whole DLC because the characters are way more animated than they were.
Up ahead, girl. See the valve? Time to put our hands to use. I'll take care of this one. There's another valve on the other side to lock the gate in place. Would you mind heading across and doing the honors?
Hit your head on.
You know, I'm reminded of a delve I undertook out near the claim. A stone ruin, cloud cone, lake wild. I spent 13 levels on that monstrosity, but no walls. Just straight stone columns bearing the weight of the level above. Filled out with row upon row of those enormous rusted out old world carts. You know the ones with the 4 wheels? I've scraped through 100 of those carts. They're the only things I've ever seen inside are bird nests. You don't suppose that's what they were for, do you? And why would the old ones want to cart around families of trunks?
But yeah, so the main game was fairly impressive, but this DLC is better from like a technical perspective because the lip sync was bad. The lip sync was bad, especially in the beginning, and just a bunch of problems.
Marvelous! You made it! Now grab that valve and give it a spin!
Now,
On it.
Other side. Right? That's the ladder.
we'll get that later. It'll be important later. That probably would break the ladder normally.
Yep.
A little more now, and I should be able to get the blasted gate moving.
Are you gonna spin it, or are you just gonna stand there?
There. You should be able to lower the gate.
Huh? Right you are! Now, when I get this gate down, you'll need to turn the valve again. Ought to lock this thing in place.
Okay. Better turn it.
I mean, it's no rush.
One gate down.
Halfway through then, aren't we? To the second gate! A ladder is a rare and special thing, girl. Can depend on it to take you exactly where you need to go, and no further.
But yeah, so like all of the NPCs have had a ton of like new secondary animations. The facial animations are great. The lip syncing has improved.
I'd wager the valves for the second sluice gate are somewhere above us. How are we gonna get up there?
Oh, that seems far.
Let me look around. See what I can
Can
find.
you use a rope arrow or whatever? Oh, man. You...
Death.
Current's too strong. I can't swim against it. It's even less refreshing than it looks. Looks like I could jump across on that rickety, rusting platform. Might find a way up.
Over there to the right. Looks a lot better.
Yeah. Wait.
How does he
Oh
there?
no!
Oh, that's the way you came
It
from.
reset me to the right side. Somehow. There we
Oh,
go.
the
Nice
pole.
jump! Nice! What am I saying? That was stupendous! Never seen such absolute disregard for personal safety.
Thanks, I think.
Oh,
Hey-oo.
another device.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4! Court sellouts and runaway cowards! We see you! Cut it! I forgot the words. Shells, we started off so strong, for my MO. No. No heavy stuff. Switching gears. Band name. We need one.
I mean, far be it from me to tell you how to fling yourself around. Ah, you're right above me. Just send that ladder on down.
Ladder.
Look out below.
Now, we've done this once before. Should be as easy as falling down a hole. If you'd take the valve on the other side.
If it's set up the same way on this side, I should look for an access tunnel.